who won the previous race for the day, brings Regal Power in, and now they're set. About to go, the attendant clears the stalls, ready, and they're racing in the 10. And the first to get going, Spiritual Warrior, but Gadding had left on equal terms with it, and they're going to work across and head off the mare Mississippi Delta. And Pike's going to have Regal Power parked outside of the Japanese import Ambitious in the early stages, and towards the tail is Star Exhibit. So they leave the straight behind them and go over past the 1800. Spiritual Warrior is going to take it up back into his favourite role today for Lucy Warwick, and extends to a length and a half over Gatting. 1.5 away then on the inside is Mississippi Delta, being closely followed by the favourite Regal Power. Ambitious down on the inside of Star Exhibit as they work up towards the next corner. At the 1500 they travel here in the Van Heemp Stakes, and Spiritual Warrior getting it cruisy in front, leads by a length. Car Sense Gatting up now within about 3/4 to a half of it, going over towards the back straight. They're two in front from Regal Power, getting the run of the race for Pike over on the outside from Mississippi Delta. Back behind those in the third set of those Cerise and White, the dual Perth Cup winner Star Exhibit, and dropping out last on the inside Ambitious. And so in this order they work out down the riverside of the track, passing the 1,000. Spiritual Warrior on top and in control of the Tad. Van Heemston led the way 3/4 over Gatting. A length and a half away then on the outside Regal Power. Pike is stalking Car right behind it now as they work to the 800. Back on the inside Mississippi Delta. Then Star Exhibit, who's going to follow the favourite. They're rolling along a bit more now. There's speed on here. And last of all is Ambitious going past the 600. Spiritual Warrior the leader. Not asked to go just yet. Gatting sitting off at a length away. A length and a half Regal Power stalking both of them. On the fence behind the Mississippi Delta. Then Star Exhibit, and towards the tail Ambitious. They're about to set sail for the judge on the point of the corner. Lucy now asking the leader for his effort. Spiritual Warrior 3/4 of a length in front. Gatting letting down, and so's Regal Power. Pike hasn't turned the reins on him yet, Regal Power. He storms up down past the 125, races away, and the Rollway Stakes winner's going to career in. On he goes, Regal Power, to win it easily from Gatting. Second again in the Van Heemst. Third home Star Exhibit, a nice Perth Cup trial from Mississippi Delta. Spiritual Warrior couldn't maintain it, dropping out second from last, and at its WA debut Ambitious pulls up towards the rear. Number 5 is the winner, Regal Power. Just a matter of when Pike hit the button, really. He had both Gatting and the pacemaker, Spiritual Warrior, well and truly sized up. And it was a case of just putting a little bit of pressure on the horse's neck, and away he went. He responded magnificently. The Railway Stakes conqueror from back in November. He was awfully brave in finishing 6th in the Kingston Town, and he trots in today, defeating Gatting. Jamie Carr, who battled on well at his last run this preparation. Gatting, he's done a mighty job, picked up a Group 1 through the preparation, and a credit to the horse and all of those involved with him. And back there in third placing is number 3 Star Exhibit. And that was a nice enough Perth Cup trial as well. Peter Hall there in the saddle. 5:2.36 Mississippi Delta, a distant fourth. 2:12.96 was the time that they ran. 35.24 the last 600 metres, and the winner scored comfortably. 2.5 the official margin, 3/4 second and third, and Pike didn't have to move. He's by Piero from Broadway Bell. Regal Power is owned by Peters Investments, trained by Grant and Alana Williams, and what a record Grant Williams in particular has built in this race. Of course, with Alana, Grant has now won the race on 5 occasions, either as an individual trainer or in the training partnership. Fantastic record, and another win for those horses that carry the Cerise and White. Gatting second by Hard Spun from Stubborn, Darren McAuliffe, Jamie Carr, and 3 Star Exhibit by Statue of Liberty from Star Encounter, Adam Durant, Peter Hall. We'll be down there in the yard in a few moments. Race 9, the Starstruck Classic, Midnight Sky. Number 6, the Scratching. A field of 8 to run in the mares feature this afternoon. In the meantime, let's go down. Brittany Taylor about to join us, and she's no doubt with a very, very pleased Bob Peters.
The weight for age conditions suited him as well.
He was so impressive today. You had 3 in the field with the Perth Cup in sight. Is that the way Regal Power will head?
Oh, I'm not sure yet. No, we'll just see, how he pulls up and everything. It just really depends on the weight he gets, but it's hard to tell.
When do you go about making a decision like that?
Oh, we'll just see in the next few days how he is.
And the other two of your runners, were you impressed with them in terms of heading towards a Perth Cup?
Yes, they'd meet him a lot better at the weights in the Perth Cup, I would think, so they were quite good runs.
Well, congratulations, Bob. Ted Van Heemps and a wonderful, wonderful performance by Regal Power.
Thank you.
Bob Peters, owner, breeder there. Sky Thoroughbred Central, it's back to the studio.
I'll grab Willie Pike for a quick word after the winning ride on Regal Power in the Ted Van Heemps stake. Pikey, with all due respect to all the other horses, you were winning that a fair way out.
Yeah, he was always travelling like the winner. It was comfortable and quite enjoyable.
He travelled nicely in the run today. They weren't going overly fast, but he settled closer to the speed.
Yeah, he did. I jumped good and a couple of others jumped a bit tardy, and by default I got left there. And generally when he's been on the speed, he's been very disappointing. So I was actually a bit worried for the first few hundred, 600, but when he got on the bit down the back straight and was just travelling, he was on the bit, but travelling on a bit of cotton, I knew I was sort of going pretty well.
Always hard to judge, but if you'd let him really go, how far could he have blown that field open by?
I'd like to think there was another length there.
Conservative as always. Electric Light in the next, what are your expectations from her at a mile?
I think she'll go very good. Her sectionals were very good last day. Even I ran like second last, but it's a really hard day to make ground. She'll run well.
Good luck, Pikey. Well done.
Thank you.
Remember catching up with William Pike, his kids down on the fence, and they reckon they could have won on Regal Power. It was that much of a steer around. It was a brilliant performance. Pike didn't even have to pull the stick. It was very nice by Regal Power winning the Ted Van Heemps Stakes.